This is a long intro, so here's the typeset to step it. I hope that BCM doesn't see what is happening to Essie. We have seen what happened to him when he first saw her a few months ago, when she was still in her disguise though. I'm ready. So you found your identity, Essie? No, I still didn't find it. The closest thing that I have is seeing a weird reflection of myself in the mirror. Well, can you show me that in my mirror? I hate demon. She's Will. It's Star Master, so I can make contact with the other emotional spirits. You fellas need to help me. I've been faking this Essie persona so I wouldn't have to be nervous all the time. My worst fear has K-12. I know that we're capable of making, but I didn't know that it could cause an identity crisis. Now I understand what those other autistic people are coming from. Can you find a way for me to just be me again? I don't know, but I can show you an episode where it's important to just be yourself and not be someone you're not. But we only covered Minute Madness, and that didn't work. Yeah, but there's another. It's named Fake It Till You Make It for My Little Pony. Flaccid is Massin. Don't worry, I swear that this episode isn't what it looks like for the title alone. Wow, this is a lot of intro. Why are people so impatient nowadays when it comes to videos on YouTube? Especially since this is a new title arc. I like doing long intros so we can have time to explain what is going on right now. Till Essie, let's just move on to the review intro. Greetings, my fellow stars. Spirit Stars is here, as well as Essie and Aces Star Master. Today, we are covering the Season 8 My Little Pony Flaccid is Massin episode, Fake It Till You Make It. It's an episode about past pony fire sign. So already, it sounds like a good episode. Before we start the recap, I will have to admit that it's been a while since I last saw 80 Season 8 episodes from MLP. But what I do know is that I understand the characters' personalities and skills enough. And plus, I do remember that it's not part of the main story arc for Season 8. So hopefully, my review is fair to all you stars out there. Without wasting any more time, let's start the recap. The episode starts with Fireside taking care of the animals in her sanctuary. However, Rarity listens in to tell her that she needs some pony to run her boutique in Manhattan. This is because Rarity has to attend a Roto Festival show in Catalan with all three of her assistants. Being the element of kindness as she is, Fireside agrees to run Rarity's business. In Rarity for You, yes, that's the name of her business, Rarity is explaining to Fireside how to run the place. This includes satisfying upcoming customers when Fireside has no experience in, just invite the first customer that has entered the shop. Luckily, Liberty is there to show her that she needs to be confident and she will ever satisfy her customers. I would like to mention this because some reviewers seem to not get this fact a lot. When you have a character with an established personality, don't expect it to just be their entire character. Most times, there are more than one character trait that define a character. As far as I know, Forsyth has had times where she isn't timid and can be assertive. Does that mean that it's our character for her to do that? Not necessarily. It's only bad if the defiant character trait has been drawn away completely. If we're something that doesn't fit the character at all. The third area of sponsor is the biggest offender of that. But I digress. And besides, do you really want a character that is one-dimensional? Hold to that thought for later. Anyway, Rarity has these three light kills that Forsyth out while she's gone. Why are these warriors still in? See, it's better if you don't call smoke these family warriors. Fine. I heard first day at the job, Forsyth gets nervous again because he doesn't know the drink count of the sir that this customer wanted. You know how Forsyth deals with her timidness? By playing as a different character occurs. With her snooty persona, she managed to satisfy the customer's needs, and he decided to fight the sir 3 times, man. Why do I feel like this moment would turn out to be bad in the future? I can't prepare right now. But it's always important for newcomers to stay optimistic until the end of the episode. Why are you trying to make sense with your aces spirit? For peace sake, she's aces for a reason. I taught it to the watchers, not her. Meanwhile, Rarity is having second thoughts about leaving Forsyth alone at her festive party. However, the same customer, the snooty Forsyth insisted told Rarity how good she is. She changed her mind and continued to go to Catalot. But at the boutique, Forsyth has another customer that has a hisser personality. She tried to assist her with her snooty persona, but ended up having to create the hisser persona instead. And then there's a SC customer who wants a all-black shirt. So of course Forsyth will have to create the SC persona too, just like me. Why do I have to create the SC persona in order to defend myself? Wait a minute. I was Ace's Star Master this entire time. But I do like being SC for so long that I can't live without. But I want to will me back. You know what? I think it's a good time to get BCM's help with this, Demana. Don't tell BCM about this. But it's my only option now. Or else I would have someone who is having an identity crisis for her entire life. Fine. Go get him. But I'm going to do that after this review. Seriously? So Forsyth is starting to get too deep with her other characters that she hurts the Lacus's feelings in the podcast. This caused them to go get her friends for help. the main 4 businesses ready for you to try to tell Fireside that there's a better way to satisfy the customers, but she kept it out of the petite. So they go to the Cathedral Welp Facet Cell for Rarity's help. Rarity thought that she was right about leaving Fireside alone in her petite in Manhattan until her friends told her that she had kitted it out and assaulted Smokey's family. Things get worse as Fireside's other personas are starting to stare away the customers due to them insulting their fashion styles. With the main 4 back with Rarity, she fires all 3 of Fireside's other personas to teach her a lesson. That being that Rarity wanted Fireside to run her business as her Kaisel or to play as real characters. This moment gives Rarity inspiration to finish her collection, The Warrior of Inner Sway. It's unfortunate that Rarity had to leave the Wano Facet so early, but she still got to debut to her new collection in her petite anyway. The episode ends with Fireside being snooty, but this time she was just doing a demonstration of her inner strength. Says another warning before I get out my opinion of fake it till you make it. It's been a while since I last saw this episode. And by a while, I mean like almost 4 years since like the West of season 8. Because of this, my opinion is going to be a little unfair because this is the second full-fledged is massive episode that I have rewatched in recent memory. Once I get around to rewatching all the episodes for better understanding in the future, I will give out a further review of this episode. That is, if it happens to be my best MLP Season 8 episode. With that being said, let's talk about my overall opinion of fake it till you make it for right now. You spent an episode about best pony Fireside would be a good episode, right? Well, it's not. But I don't hate it either. Like I said earlier in the recap chapter, no pony was being out character. It was very clear from the beginning that Fireside was just mashing herself so that she would satisfy the customers. So no instances of out-character moments in this episode. Rather, I feel like this episode doesn't appear to me as I was hoping it would be. I did mention back in the last review that I like episodes in which characters temporarily lose their identities by playing a different character. But Fake It Till You Make It has to be the worst episode that I watched out of the time. Not only did I get bored at the beginning, but honestly not a Fireside's alternate characters were interesting to me. Sure, she did play as an SC pony, but there's a good reason why my SC is a more interesting character with that personality than hers. I guess the only scene that I like was the ending with, by the time that happens, I had only formed my opinion of it. Regardless of that, I do like the message of fake it till you make it. Once again, it's about being yourself, but this time it's also about having the courage to do important things in life. Though there is a recycled message, because I swore that Flesh is Massive has done this exact episode with the same character before. I guess Patsy was right to say that this show should have ended sooner, because at season 8, they're starting to recycle previous episodes. So with that being said, I want to give Fake It Till You Make It a 3 stars out of 5. It's an average episode with a silly psycho message. But I hope that this continuation of this tale art will see this video for being boring. I hope so. Speaking of which, I get to get BCL right now. BCM, we need your help right now. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn it on. Huh? Hey, Megan! Is that the best cartoon character of all time? Is that a person in the mirror over there? BCI, you have spirits with split personalities. Do you have anything that we could do to fix the dilemma between Essie and my ace spirit? Since when does he have that? It's a long story, but the third person is that AC is actually an alter ego to Ace's Star Master, because he won't have to be Aces. If she's your Ace's spirit, then there's no point for her to develop a calendar separate for her. After all, she ain't an Ace's spirit for nothing. Exactly! I need to be free for her again. But I can't live without myself. It looks like I need to watch that one cartoon episode that Essie mentioned in one of her videos. So what is it? I believe that the episode that Essie was talking about was... Oh no, it can't be that episode.